Hey there, YouTube's Leisure Tech. I wanted to discuss my journey with getting the COVID-19 Pfizer vaccine. I am fortunate enough that the agency that I work for is a health provider agency, and being the IT/facilities manager for that agency, I'm in the tier that is eligible to receive the vaccine. And I just received my first dose today. And so I figured I'd discuss my journey and what my experience is like with the vaccine. I just received the dose a little bit over an hour ago, and right now I'm feeling okay for the most part. My arm is definitely sore. There's a lot of tightness. It feels like someone hit me pretty hard about 10 minutes ago. And I do have a little bit of nausea and a mild headache. I just took some ibuprofen right now. Hopefully that will combat some of the symptoms I'm having. And I'll document a little bit later for any changes in symptoms or how I'm feeling later on this evening and how I'm feeling tomorrow. My next dose is scheduled for 3 weeks from now. I figure I'll put this all together and upload it as a single video once I've received both doses of the vaccine. So today is actually February 11th. I'm working in my office today. My second dose I will receive on Friday, March 5th, and I'll deal with those symptoms during that weekend, and I'll document that, and I will upload this video as the process is done, and I'll document the journey along the way. But so far, for the most part, I feel all right. All right, so we're at the end of day 2 of dose number 1. Towards the end of the day yesterday, I got my first dose yesterday pretty early in the morning. By the end of the day, my head felt like it was in a bit of a fog, and my arm, they say that your arm is going to be sore, and I've gotten shots before and I've had a sore arm, but this was no joke. My arm was almost unusable. There was so much discomfort and so much muscle pain and tightness that that was some pretty severe arm pain yesterday. Took some ibuprofen last night before I went to bed. Took some this morning. I noticed the arm pain was less than what it was last night this morning when I woke up. Still took some ibuprofen, and now we're in the late afternoon, the day after my dose. So I don't know, it's 4 p.m. now, got the dose at 9 a.m. yesterday, so whatever the math is on that on hours, 24 plus hours later, I'm feeling pretty good. This morning my head was still a little bit foggy, my arm was still a little sore, not as sore as it was. Now my arm, I'd say it's about at 85%, so I'm feeling pretty good. The fogginess in my head is gone, no more headaches, no more weirdness. It felt like I was in a haze a lot yesterday, just in my head. That was the strangest side effect, and a lot of arm discomfort. So that pretty much wraps up dose 1. So I have dose number 2 scheduled for 3 weeks from today. So we'll see how it goes in 3 weeks. Currently here to get dose number 2. They're pretty busy today. My appointment was 25 minutes ago. Still waiting, at least in a room now. Curious to see how this second dose treats me. We'll find out. I'll check in after. All right, so I'm about a little bit over an hour out from getting my second dose. The pain in my arm is starting to become a little bit more acute. I already have a headache, so it's already starting to hit me a little bit. Aside from the headache, though, I feel okay. I just took my temperature. I'm still at a 97.9, so still doing okay there. So we'll see what the next few hours and the next day look like. Okay, so still the same day of the second dose. I got my dose around 9:30 in the morning. My appointment was at 9. I got the shot at around 9:30. It's now a little bit after 2:30 in the afternoon. Headache's been pretty persistent. I'm a little bit lightheaded, and I feel like I want to take a nap. And it wasn't from overeating at lunch or anything. It's not a food coma. I just feel pretty drained. That's how I feel right now. The arm soreness is not really any better or worse. It's just kind of persistent. So um, I'm gonna call it a day for work because I definitely I can't focus on anything now. I just got out of a pretty long meeting. I told my boss I was going to stay for that, and I'm going to call it a rest of the day. So I'll check in later on this evening, report on how I'm feeling, and then we'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow. The next day, from what I'm hearing, is supposed to be whenever it really hits hard. So we'll see how I'm feeling later. All right. All right. The morning after. It has been a little bit over 24 hours since I got my shot. I was not able to sleep at all last night. I just couldn't sleep. I couldn't get comfortable. First shot compared to the second shot, by the morning after, my arm was no longer sore. My arm is still sore. It's not as, the pain isn't as bad as it was with the first shot, but the discomfort is lingering for longer. I wasn't able to sleep. I feel very lethargic this morning, and I have some nausea. So I'm gonna heat me up some breakfast and have some coffee, take some ibuprofen, and see if that helps me feel a little bit better. It's the evening now. For the most part, I feel okay. I've just been having some weird body aches, and some occasional headaches. But other than that, I think I'm doing okay. So really lethargic in the morning, but other than that, I think I'm good. So as long as I'm feeling okay tomorrow morning, I think we'll just do a closeout video. Catch you in the morning. All right, so to wrap up, this is about the third day since I got the vaccine. Overall, wasn't that bad. I had a lot of lingering pain in my left arm, which is where I got the shot. On the second dose, the first dose, the shot, my arm was only really sore for about a day, and then the soreness went away. With the second shot, the soreness in the arm really lingered for multiple days. But other than that, I mean, I didn't really feel that bad. I know a lot of people, it's hitting a lot of people differently. So what I went through may not be what others go through, but I'm hoping that my experience and sharing my experience getting the vaccine with all of you may help and maybe help alleviate any concerns any of you have with getting the vaccine. Second dose wasn't really as bad as I had prepared myself for. I did feel pretty lethargic the day after, but by the following day, aside from some continued soreness in my left arm, I felt fine and I feel great now. So I do encourage all of you to please get your COVID vaccine whenever you're eligible. Take care.